Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
Every logo has to have either a TM or the Circle R logo, the registered trademark logo next to it. So a lot of times that's a good indication too that if you don't see the trademark logo or the registered trademark logo next to something, then that's obviously not official.
With only a few hours to the Bison kickoff in Frisco, fans are suiting up. Thank you for joining us tonight. Steph is off and Mike is in Frisco. In the rush to get decked out in your green and gold, how do you know that you are getting the real Bison gear? Valley News Team's Peter Gay-Klahar visited the One Herd kiosk in West Acres Mall to find out.
Everyone's closet is full of this stuff now, and it's hard to...
Shorts, pants, shirts, and even underwear. Fans are interested in all types of Bison gear. But the fuss over Bison fashion raises one question. Are you really getting the official Bison apparel? There are 4 distinct things to look for.
First indication would be there's official license stickers and tags that come with everything. There's different versions for just regular gear and then championship gear. There's different colors for those.
Another indication to look for is the official NDSU typeface and logo.
University spelled out, it has that registration mark right there, like the...
A trademark is a sure indication you have bought a legit Bison apparel.
That one kind of shows.
But if the item seems questionable, it may not be official.
If there's any kind of offensive material, anything that would make them look bad, that would obviously be probably the #1 indication that it's not legit.
So when you go shopping for Bison gear, just remember logos, trademark, typeface, and look for tags like these. Peter Gay-Klahar, Valley News Live.
Shields and One Herd are NDSU licensed dealers and carry the official Bison gear. And your gear may be all set, but with the game so close, fans are getting ready to cheer on the Bison here at home, and businesses are preparing for the crowds. Some places have a few years under their belt, but at the Bowler, this is a new experience. This is the first year the bowling alley will be hosting the championship viewing party, and they're throwing in a little something extra.
Tomorrow we're going to give away a pair of season tickets for the 2015 NDSU Bison football season here in Fargo.
The manager says that those tickets are good seats, too. And if you want to catch the game but don't know where to go, we've got a list of locations around the valley that will bring you all the Bison action. Some places include the Bowler, of course, Ground Round, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Midway Tavern, and so many more. For a full list, you can head to valleynewslive.com and search for this story. And don't forget, all the action starts tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. when you join us for a 90-minute PetroServe USA Bison football pregame show. Bison Nation rocked yet another Texas town tonight. Close to 7,000 NDSU football fans gathered indoors to rally before tomorrow's FCS championship game. Valley News Live's Mike Morkin is part of our team in Frisco, and he joins us live now. Mike?
Hello, Krista, and good evening to everybody back in the Red River Valley. I am in the parking lot, which is just adjacent to Toyota Stadium, where the Bison will play, of course, for their 4th consecutive championship. It's the west parking lot, and this is where the Bison faithful will gather to tailgate. In fact, behind me you can see some of the big rigs that have already been put in place. Tonight the place to be was down the road about 10 miles in Allen, Texas, at the Allen Events Center. That's where the fans gathered to cheer and let off some of that energy that they have built up on the road to Frisco. Does it amaze you to see so many here?
Oh, no, this is little. Nobody understands. Nobody understands the Bison Nation.
How about inside versus outside?
I'm happy to be inside with my double-layered Patagonia jackets on because it's freezing, even inside.
We got to do this all tomorrow, you know.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm going to bring a blanket, though.
That's a good idea, to bring a blanket and dress warmly. You know, one of the reasons that the pep rally was moved indoors was in part because of the chilly weather over the last couple of years. And tonight, I can tell you that it's 32 degrees, and it says that there's no wind, but I can see that our light is moving a little bit. And if that's the case tomorrow, I think everybody who gathers here for tailgating will be doing just fine. Our coverage will continue. Beth Houle will be along in sports with much more on the Bison as they gear up for tomorrow's big game. Krista, back to you.
Stay warm out there, Mike. Thank you so much. Beth will also be in more tonight, so stick around for that, for more coverage in Frisco. And up next here, a former Bison cheerleader is in the fight for her life after being diagnosed with stage 4 melanoma. The cancer spread during Ashley Sikora's pregnancy and is now in her liver. Once in, the organs statistics give most melanoma patients a year or two, but this mom of 2 isn't ready to give up the fight.
It's sad, my position, because of my little kids, but at the same time, there's a lot of happy moments because of them, and, you know, lots of kisses, lots of hugs, and lots of good stuff there.
Ashley just had her 6th surgery and is now doing chemo. She's working with Mayo Clinic, but now considering going to a hospital in Texas where they specialize in melanoma treatment. If you would like to help Ashley, there is an account set up at the Western State Bank in Towner. Here's the address. It's 202 Main Street North, 58788. We also have that posted on valleynewslive.com. 10 at 10 continues with President Obama wanting to give 2 years of community college for free to high schoolers. A similar effort is actually being proposed in Minnesota. The legislature wants to help combat 2 issues the state is facing: a workforce gap and being 5th in the nation for highest college debt. The proposed bill, called Workman, would make 2-year community college and trade schools potentially free so that employers could fill jobs that don't have enough trained, skilled workers.
We're obviously very interested in any opportunity to remove barriers for students accessing education.
If you had a high school diploma, that was probably enough for a job, and that was free. Now you need a more advanced degree, whether or not it's a 2-year degree, 4-year degree, or some sort of work certificate. And so that's why I think it's prudent for the state to pay for that.
We also reached out to legislators in North Dakota today about the possibility of funding higher education. Representative Al Carlson says the state has not discussed funding 2-year colleges, but he does think there might be a proposal in the works for freezing tuition. And we want to know what you think here. You can join the conversation on our Facebook page. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed on the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. About $400,000 is still needed to save the Kirkbride, also known as the Fergus Falls Regional Treatment Center. The Friends of the Kirkbride building say they have raised $300 of $700,000 needed for the renovation of the building. The historic building will be going through a $41 million redevelopment. The money being raised by the community will be used for a few nonprofit spaces, which include the state's first mental health museum. The Friends of the Kirkbride say that this is more than preserving the historic building.
You know, we talked to our younger generation about being green, and I said this is the perfect example of what being green is finding that adaptive reuse for our facilities. And oh my gosh, look at this place.
The next step after the finances are raised for the Kirkbride building is that the city and the developer will be working on a developer's agreement, which Mullen says should take a few months. The cold may have gotten the best of a busy Moorhead Road. Center Avenue from 7th Street to 5th Street will be closed for the next few days, so crews can do an emergency repair of a private water service line. Moorhead City officials say the work will take about 48 hours, and drivers should find alternate routes and expect delays until the road opens again.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with No Wait weather.
Well, Krista, you know, a little blanket of snow actually acts as a blanket or an insulating layer between the very cold air and the ground. So gives those pipes a little bit of a chance not to freeze so deep.
So the snow actually helps a little bit.
It can be helpful, and for those that want to get out and do a little snowmobiling, it's helpful for that as well. But we don't have a lot of snow in the FM area. That has been reserved up to the northern counties. Now the wind starting to taper off, although it's around 10 miles per hour. It is shifting this evening, becoming westerly and southwesterly across most of the valley. The winds will help to slow the rate of cooling just a little bit out there, but boy, the skies have really cleared out. Beautiful stars out there and temperatures that are around 5 to 10 below in northwest Minnesota. Holding off at 1 above in Detroit Lakes. It is 6 below in Fergus Falls right now, 2 below in Jamestown, and 10 below in Bismarck. Some lake effect snow up in the Great Lakes area. And as we look down to the south, take a look at Texas. A cold front has dove all the way south into the Gulf Coast states. We have a mixed amount of precipitation. We have freezing drizzle, freezing rain, sleet, all of that through southern Texas. Frisco, just north of Dallas-Fort Worth there. Kind of cold, but not at least getting a lot of the precipitation. Here's a look at the comparison right now. Fargo-Moorhead at 0 degrees. Feels like 17 below with that southwest wind. And Frisco, Texas, where Mike's hat is a little frosty. 34 degrees. Feels like 26. No wonder Mike is a little on the chilly side tonight. Hour-by-hour forecast winds from the southwest around 10 miles per hour, and by daybreak, some clouds spill in. Now, when this happens, oddly enough, sometimes temperatures lurch in an upward direction, so our southernmost counties may have temperatures first thing on your Saturday morning between 5 below and 0. And up north where it's clear, it's going to be between 5 below and 15 below with some wind out there at around 10 to maybe 15 miles per hour from the south or southwest. We'll have wind chills that will be most biting in the northern counties, 20 to 35 below, and it does look like we'll have some substantial wind chills to contend with in the south as well. Not much on the radar as far as this little weather maker is concerned, and as we push on through the rest of our Saturday, temperatures rise. We'll be between 7 and 11 degrees in most of our southern counties and between 1 above and 5 above up north, with winds that will be under 15 miles per hour for most of the region throughout the day. Even a few peaks of sunshine, so still below average, but not too bad by recent standards. Wind chill advisory. This is through midday for many locations and through 9 a.m. in some South Dakota counties for wind chills to 35 below. And when we look down to Texas, well, things there's a winter storm warning for the Austin, Texas area. Also winter weather advisories, that's all south of Dallas. And the forecast for overnight tonight has this mixed precipitation staying south of Dallas-Fort Worth. And by game time, there'll be a few sprinkles that could mix in. Temperatures will rise from the 20s in the morning to the upper 30s. As the clouds and rain build in, temperatures will rise just a little bit, keeping things from freezing up too bad in Dallas-Fort Worth. Really on Sunday, though, a better chance of precipitation for the trip home for our neighbors and friends. 9 below to start your morning in Fargo, 7 above in the afternoon. Winds generally below 10 miles per hour, 11 for your late afternoon temperature. Another cold one on Sunday, and in fact, I think high temperatures will suffer just a little bit of a setback there. And then as we glide through the remainder of next week, how about a nice warming trend that takes us all the way up into the 30s by the time we get to Friday. 32 degrees. Are you kidding me? We'll melt more snow.
I love hearing that 32 degrees. That's
It
nice.
is pleasant, yes.
Thank you so much, Hutch. Coming up on Valley News Live at 10, music can be a great distraction, how it's helping those who need to heal. Plus a look at some of the newer or more wacky kind of tech gadgets.